Welcome to part 2 of the BI Builder Series, creating a dataset to include your custom fields by interface. I am Andy Naylor, Head of Customer Success here at Interface, and we are Bitrix24 Gold Partners providing implementation, customization, training and support. In today's demonstration, I'm going to follow on from our lead enquiry dashboard and expand the data that we're pulling into the dashboard by including custom fields. If we go into our Bitrix24 system and in the left-hand menu, we click on BI Builder, and we'd previously created the enquiry dashboard to show us information that we're pulling from the standard fields in Bitrix. Now, what we're wanting to do is we're wanting now to pull in some of the custom data that we're collecting inside those leads into the dashboard itself, because they aren't available in the default data sets. So if I was to just take a look at the CRM lead and just explain in here. So if I click into our CRM lead dataset, what you'll notice is that we don't have any of the custom fields inside this particular dataset. So I can go through and I can see all of the standard fields that exist. Now, what we're wanting to do is include a custom field into our data set. So if I come back into the CRM and go into our leads, then I'm wanting to report on our leads to see what people are interested in when they inquire about Bitrix. So we have a number of different options in here. We have Bitrix Cloud System, on-premise, training and support. And I want to create a graph to be able to show me how many of each type of product are people interested in based on the enquiries. To do that, what I need to do is I need to go into the SQL lab. And the reason being is that we have the data set for CRM lead and CRM lead custom fields. So if I was to search and just see here, we can see that this is the standard table in the database that the default CRM lead dataset is created from. What we're wanting to have is the CRM lead underscore UF, and that is referring to the database table that stores the custom fields for leads. The UF is essentially meaning unique fields. Okay, so if we click into that and if we let that select, we can therefore see in here the data that is displaying inside each one of these. So you can see UF underscore CRM 17389, and you can see some of these leads have this data in already in here. Now, there is another way that if you've got a lot of custom fields that you're not sure, maybe this custom field we wanted to use, but we don't know what actually that field is, we can, because it's all at null, what we can do is we can go into our area in here, CRM settings. We can go to form and report settings and custom fields. And then I want to display the custom fields that exist inside a lead. If I click on interested in the top URL bar in here, so you would need to do this in the browser version of Bitrix, not the Bitrix24 desktop, you can get the number up here. So I can click and copy that. And then what you need to do is you need to make a query. So if I was to just select that one again in here, just so I can see the data field. And then you do need to write a basic SQL query. And you only really need to do this once. So in here, I can say I would like to select A, and then we would say, for example, title. And we can pull that from the main lead table in here. So if I say lead, and in here, what we'll be able to see is I want the name of the lead, and that is called title in here. And I want the name of this particular lead. So we can see that it's called title. So this is from the lead table. And then what I want to do is I want to, and you can pull as many details in from here as you'd like. So I could say, for example, a assigned by name, and then in here we could say a opportunity, which is the value, and then I want to pull in B, and then I will select UF underscore CRM and then the number. And then I'm going to write this from CRM lead and then put A. And again, you will need to know a little bit about SQL queries. CRM lead UF, and that will be B. And then we're going to say on ID equals B lead ID. So you might need a little bit of help from a partner on this, but if I was to click on run, that would then pull me up the title, the responsible person, the value of the opportunity, and the custom field. Now we can make these a little nicer as well. So we could say, for example, as interested in, and then add as lead value, as sales agent, and as lead name. And again, if we run, what we'll be able to see is we've got nice table here: lead name, sales agent, lead value, interested in. Now what I want to do is I now want to build a graph for this. So if I click on, say, Dataset, I can give this, for example, we'll call it lead interested in. Save and explore, and that will open up the chart widget. Okay, so now I can decide what type of chart that I would like. Now I want to have a bar chart, and I'm going to give this interested in as an example. And then in here, our x-axis is going to be our interested in. So that is the top. So if I was to update that chart, and in fact, what we'll do is we'll have lead value as the metric in here. So we'll have interested in and the values associated to them. If I click on update, we can see the values of the current leads that we've got are going to be Bitrix support. There's a $4,500 deal. And in here, we've got a $50 deal in here. So you can start to see how you can build these kinds of reports up using the custom fields, because I brought that in. If you wanted to customize the type of numbers in here as well, we can select on the x-axis. We've got the date type formatting. We've got currency formatting in here. Why? This is where we can select, and we, instead of having 4.5K in here, what we could actually do is make it a proper round number, and then when I hover over it, you can see it's 4,500, because obviously those numbers might not be whole, so it might be 4,536. and we can specify these in this tip in here, and we might want to add the dollar value on here, and we'll say it's a prefix to move it on. So you can start to see how you can stylize these different types of data that you're pulling into here. And again, what I could do is I can click on Save, Interested in, add it to my Enquiries dashboard, and click and Save and go to Dashboard. And you can see in here, if I now click on Edit, I can now drag and drop in here. And we would need another widget to make it, so we'll just make it full at the minute. Or theoretically, what we could also do is drag it. Not sure if it would let me put it into there. No, so there's not enough space. So what I would probably do is have a number of widgets down here as I go along and build it out. So in this case, I will just make it full width in here. So that's how we start to build out custom field data sets to link with the normal field. And as I've said, this query does save, and I would recommend, if it's a report that you'd want and you're not comfortable generating these queries, what partners can do is create one large query that contains all of the data fields in whichever entity that you would like to go forward with. So like say leads, deals, invoices, quotes. You can pull up one big query, a partner can generate that in fairly quick time, 1 to 2 hours, and then you can utilize this query as much as you would like in building your own charts out. In the next part, what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at a little bit more advanced options of converting some of the lead data, so the values of custom fields, into numeric values, or some of the custom date fields into date values. And that will be explained in part 3 when it gets a little bit more advanced in terms of the queries. But that advanced technique will allow you again to generate quite powerful widgets on your dashboard. So thank you very much for watching. Please get in touch for a full demonstration or to find out more about this and other solutions. Please go to intraface.com/solutions. Thank you very much, and bye for now.